Ancaman kerusakan lingkungan dan krisis energi kian nyata di depan mata akibat perubahan iklim. Perlu upaya tegas dan langkah nyata di tengah masyarakat untuk mengatasi perubahan lingkungan. Pemerintah dunia menunjukkan kesungguhan dengan menetapkan target Nett Zero Emission atau NZE pada kisaran waktu tahun 2050 hingga 2070, termasuk Indonesia, yang menetapkan target mencapai NZE pada 2060 ataupun lebih cepat, dengan bantuan dari pihak swasta. Sementara itu Presiden Joko Widodo menyebut ancaman iklim tak bisa dianggap enteng. Jokowi menekankan perlu langkah yang nyata untuk mengatasi perubahan iklim tersebut. Sejatinya sudah banyak perusahaan yang memiliki komitmen mencapai sustainability. Namun banyak dari mereka masih menemui kendala bertransformasi karena komitmen yang diterapkan bersifat jangka pendek.
Ancaman perubahan iklim sangat bisa kita rasakan dan sudah kita rasakan. Dan tidak kita boleh main-main terhadap ini. Kenaikan suhu bumi, kekeringan, banjir, polusi, sehingga dibutuhkan langkah-langkah konkret untuk mengatasinya.
Lantas seperti apa aksi iklim yang harus dilakukan untuk mengurangi separuh emisi dalam dekade ini? Bagaimana dengan upaya pengelolaan listrik yang cerdas dan ramah lingkungan serta otomatisasi digital di berbagai sektor termasuk industri bisa mendorong ekonomi berkelanjutan? Kita akan bahas lengkapnya dalam dialog Manufacture Check dengan tema Sustainable Economic Development Starts with Sustainable Industry. Langsung saja kita tanyakan pada Roberto Rossi, Cluster President of Schneider Electric Indonesia and Timor Leste. Roberto, thank you for joining our program. How are you?
All good. Thank you for the invitation. Happy to be here with you.
You're welcome. As a leader in digital transformation in energy management and automation, how do you see the challenges and opportunities to reach net zero in Indonesia?
Well, I do not see different the challenges in Indonesia rather than the challenges that we have worldwide. As we speak, there is a global consensus that we need to do the decarbonization, but the reality is the majority of the operations are running today based on fossil fuel energies. The processes and the system are not efficient enough, and circularity is not at the core of the picture. Then the main challenge is how to shift from the intellectual awareness to the strategic action plan. And then we convey a survey asking them what are the challenges, how is your situation today. They explain to us that everyone is committed with the topic, but only 8% are moving forward. Why? Lack of capabilities on the people, lack of access to the technologies, lack of understanding of the CO2 scientific base on the back, lack of alignment on the stakeholders and other domains. This, with the aggregation of, in some countries, the energy transition is not so fast, it creates a big challenge to achieve our target in 2030. Talking about the opportunities, this is the good part. Today, we have all the technologies available to decarbonize the 70% of our operation in an affordable way. And then, what is the implementation to be done? We need to produce that our operation will be more electrical and more digital. More electrical because at the end, electricity is the most relevant vector of energy, and it can be produced in green way. And digital because we can unleash efficiency more and more. So to sum up, opportunities and challenges for us are there, but what we really think is an imperative of the business. We have to do it. We really believe that in 5 to 10 years, the companies that will not jump into this in a successful way will be hitting a darker scenario, either because they are not reaching the efficiency that they need to serve the market, or because the customer will not buy from them.
All right. And how does Schneider Electric see the importance of sustainable aspects in existing business processes? How do you put it into action in your company?
Well, for us at the Schneider Electric, sustainability is in everything we do. We have been 20 years on this domain. We crafted 20 years ago the first barometer to start to exercise target achievement, target for us internally, target for achievement in our customers. So it's a long journey. This is the reason why I guess we are considered one of the most sustainable companies in the world by the several associations. And in line with this, our purpose is to empower everyone to make the most of our energy and resources, reaching progress and sustainability for all. Then We have clear KPIs, we have clear commitment, not only in net zero journey, but also in education, biodiversity, water, etc., and all of them for sure are applicable in our 2 factories in Bataan and our factory in Cikarang, where we are doing exactly the same playbook that we are doing worldwide.
2050 that you said, it's so early compared to Indonesia's target itself in 2060. And it's interesting, Schneider has altered its own facility and has measured its sustainability initiatives. What should be the priorities for companies to start their sustainability journey? As reported by the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, industrial sector contributes more than 30% from total CO2 emissions in the country.
Yes, you know, my recommendation for all of them is to avoid the fragmented approach. We see a lot of companies failing on this domain. For us, the way is an integrated approach that we conceptualize in mainly 3 pillars. We consider we need to first strategize, then digitize, and decarbonize. In the pillar of strategize, you need to understand your existing carbon footprint, what are your KPIs, where you want to be year over year, how you want to measure, how you want to disclose the information, validate the information, and the stakeholder to be communicated. And then you need to establish how to digitize this. Without full digitization, you cannot make it happen. There is no way to have real data to take decision, and more important, to be transparent with the stakeholder. And finally, you come to the decarbonization. The decarbonization is where majority of the technologies converge, and is around energy efficiency, is around electrification, and is around energy transition. Then my recommendation for all of them is to embrace like a whole and to keep working with all the pillars to make it happen.
Okay, speaking of digitalization, as we all know that Industry 4.0 technology aims to help industry be eco-efficient, agile, and resilient. How does Schneider Electric see the current development regarding to Industry 4.0? What is your evaluation of it?
Well, as we talk about sustainability, this domain is pretty much the same. Everyone is on the same page. Everyone wants to do it. But we see mainly 3 roadblocks that we can summarize. First is the cultural transformation. The way in which you operate today is not the way in which you need to operate in Industry 4.0 approach. The decision, the information, and the way in which we collaborate. Then the second pillar is around the close automation driven by the hardware. This is not allowing the companies to invest in a smart way to make it happen. And finally, we are still quite focused on CapEx. We want to be the owners of the topic, while some domains today can be buy as a service instead of CapEx. So my recommendation for the one are facing this is first to do partnership, to understand how is the cultural transformation in other companies. In our case, we have our national and international lighthouse, our factory in Batam, where we receive customers to show this. We just launched our software-centric automation solution, which is EcoTacto Automation Expert, which allow our customer more flexibility and more cost-effective conversions in between IT and OT, from the design to the operation. And finally, almost all the solutions are available today as a service. And then you don't need to invest the CapEx upfront, you can pay over the journey.
Okay, with its sustainable business advice and technology and services, Schneider Electric provides a complete solution to assist Indonesian businesses in its decarbonization initiatives. What is your target to reduce emissions in medium and long term?
So, as I say, the target to reduce emissions in medium and long term is clear. 2025, we will become carbon neutral in our operations. By 2030, we will reduce by 30% our end-to-end carbon footprint, including the supply chain. By 2040, we will be carbon neutral. By 2050, we will be net zero. And then by 2050, we will be as per the expectations.
Okay, and what else you can do to assist Indonesian businesses reach their sustainability goals faster?
Well, in Schneider, we consider that we need to lead by the example. Then whatever technologies and recommendation we do, we first test in ourselves. Then we want to lead by the example in our operation, as we talk about, help our partners and help our end users, our customers. How we help them? First, by giving them access to our expert team around consultancy to strategize topics around sustainability, decarbonization, and digitization, and access to experts to understand the latest technologies on a smart and green connectable product, automation layer, SCADA layer, aging layer, and the software, the analytics, and also all the services package that we can offer. Over the last 4 years, in between 2018 and 2022, at worldwide level, Schneider Electric helped customers to save 440 million metric tons of CO2, and by 2025, we will reach 800. And somehow, and for sure, Indonesia is part of this journey, all the customers in Indonesia. We have been here 50 years. We will be here so many, many years more, and you can count on us to keep working with the government, with the partners, and with the customer to build a green future for Indonesia.
Thank you once again, Roberto Rossi, Cluster President of Schneider Electric Indonesia and Timor-Leste, for your explanation. It's really interesting. We hope that all the targets that Schneider wants to achieve can be realized optimally.